I'll be having very interesting guests who have personal stories to tell to the world. Welcome to MNB World Talk Show. Hello there, welcome to MNB World Talk Show's brand new episode. My name is Bilgute Tumundemirel. You guys could call me back. And today's guest is... Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well,
for
have a
having
seat.
me.
So I just mentioned to our audience that you have studied so many years and you have 4 different certificates, bachelor's, master's, right?
Yes.
Well, let's talk about your education. Why education was important to you?
Well, I am a true nomad, so I consider
True
myself a true nomad because, for example, when I was in high school, let's say high school has 12 years, I almost moved 6 times. So
In your high school?
yes, the most I was in one school was around a year or 2. So I was moving all the time. So at one point for me, I realized that education for myself is very important. Education in terms of becoming my own person. And second of all, my family was very, very keen on having the best education for me so that I can be independent when I grow up as a woman. Before I established Lhamour, which is Mongolia's first global natural skincare brand, of course, I had to understand the science behind skincare because that was the reason why I started Lhamour in the first place, because I started to have allergy for the first time in my life when I came back to Mongolia in 2012 to work for Mongolia's wind farm. So I never had allergy in my whole life, and I started to have severe eczema, which is of course a very difficult
eczema is a skin problem, right?
Conditions where you have very dry skin and your skin starts to have rashes.
Right.
So basically, I started to really question why, because I never had such problem. I never even considered thinking about my skin my whole life. But then because of my own problem, I started thinking about, okay, why am I having this? So I started to talk to doctors. And I soon realized that the whole external environment was affecting me very negatively because of the dust, the extreme climate, the pollution, etc. Because I've lived so many years abroad. And then basically...
So the climate change really affected you and gave you problems.
Exactly.
Right.
So the skin is your largest organ. Not many people understand that.
This is my first time hearing largest organ of... Well, yeah, it is
our,
in a way, yes.
It's our
If you really
largest organ, yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of people take care of their heart, of their liver, of their whatever, but they don't understand that our skin is the mirror to our health. So for example, when you start to have rashes, or when you start to have something on your face, for example, a lot of people have acne, etc. And then they try to, for example, cover it up with something, or they try to use the best skincare product, but then actually they have a problem with either their liver or their internal organs, or they have developed some bacteria or something.
So everything comes from within.
Exactly.
On the skin.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that has kind of started to become like a main focal point of my daily life. Then it started to become a passion. Then it started to become like a day and night like kind of thing. I couldn't do anything without thinking about it. And then I decided, okay, I want to, at least for myself, really understand it, want to get behind it, And then that's why I took the organic skincare formulation diploma from the UK school, which is the world's first kind of school really specializing in organic skincare production.
Organic skincare, that's the first school in the world?
Yeah, specializing.
Wow. I want to hear about your personal perspective, your opinion on education. Should everybody get educated?
Well, I think education can be seen, of course, in two ways. One is formal education, which is, of course, your high school, bachelor, master's, doctor's.
On papers, right?
Exactly,
education
on
on papers.
I think it does give you a good foundation. Because, for example, if I would not have taken my master's degree in Colombia, I would have never had this passion for sustainability and renewable energy and in general, sustainable development. Because I never heard about it, I never knew about it, and this formal education gave me really the knowledge and the information, basically. But then obviously not everybody that's educated uses it in their daily lives or makes an impact in the world. So I think it's up to the person whether they want to use it to make an impact in the world, and not everybody can do that. So I think everybody should have a formal education, but then how you use that formal education is also another question. And everybody, I think, should always keep in mind that daily life is about learning. And it's about wanting new things and wanting to discover new things.
When you first time, you decided to come back to Mongolia, you had all these skin problems you mentioned, but did you have any plan when you came back to Mongolia before you start the Lhamour brand, before you start learning about technology, organic production technology? Did you have any plan, or you just, what happened?
Well, it was kind of funny because when I graduated, I did have job offers in the States. And it was my first time actually ever in the States, going to Colombia. So I always was dreaming about the States, and I wanted to stay there. I wanted to get experience because I was very young. But then I got a job offer through LinkedIn from Mongolia's largest wind farm company. So they built Mongolia's first ever wind farm. And they were planning to build another one, a 300 megawatt one in South Gobi Desert. And they wrote to me through LinkedIn. At the beginning I thought it was a joke, so I didn't...
Just through LinkedIn online,
exactly,
right?
I didn't really look at it, but then they wrote again, and then I realized it's actually the CEO of that company. And then we had a Skype call, everything, and I kind of, within 3 days, I didn't leave my apartment, and for 3 days I was thinking about it because my family at that time was in Germany. And I was thinking whether I should be just a small fish in a big sea and, trying to be a new person, trying to learn and not really make an impact, or with the knowledge, which is like little, but with the knowledge that I had
already gathered
until then, use it to make an impact in my country by going back and just, using my education basically. And within 3 days, I left my apartment. I took my suitcase.
Within three days?
Within 3 days.
Okay.
I took my suitcase. I came to Mongolia. I didn't have anything. I didn't have an apartment. I didn't have my family. I barely had friends. And I came to work in Mongolia.
Wow, very decisive. That's a big decision. Did you even discuss with your parents, or
No.
Wow? Well, that's very brave to, after that long time, just come back to Mongolia within 3 days.
I've lived alone since I was 15, so my parents don't really. They don't really tell me to do things. I usually tell them, by the way, I'm doing this.
Okay, we're very independent.
Yes.
Independent mindset.
Yes.
Акисо. Чи тийшээ хараад камерлаараа сууж. Суу.
Okay. Last year we got a dog. So actually having a dog has been a great balance to my life because he has brought, first of all, so much joy, and also taking him out and giving him a nice walk has been very beneficial for my health as well. So I think having a dog really helps to have a healthy balance of life. I would suggest for all the startup entrepreneurs to have a good balance of life so that you can be healthy, to really focus on your vision, and that you can be healthy to lead a team also in a good way.
Well, on today's episode, the founder and chief technologist of Lhamour brand, Ms. Khulan Davaadorj, here. So Khulan, we talked about education pretty enough. Let's talk about Lhamour brand. Lhamour or Lhamour, or how do you pronounce it? You have to tell our audience and me. And Lhamour brand, because you are known for Lhamour's Khulan. Lhamour Khulan, right? How did you start? Well, we talked about how you started studying, and then how did you start the business?
So in Mongolian you say Lhamour.
Lhamour.
Yes.
Right.
A lot of international people say Lhamour, which is
Lhamour.
fine. Yeah. So it's basically a made-up word. I made it up because it's a combination between Lhamour, which is my niece, and amour, which is the word for love. So our philosophy, or what Lhamour stands for and what our business stands for, is love yourself, firstly, and use healthy products. So the reason why I started Lhamour in the first place was for the love of myself, because I wanted to take care of my own health, take care of my own skin, understand my health basically. And then the second one is love others. So we provide healthy products, we empower other people, we are a social business, so it's all about loving others. And love the environment is our third. So what we try to do is we try to be as environmentally friendly as possible, starting with the raw materials that we use, to the packaging, to the production, which is zero waste production, to using recycled paper. We have, for example, a zero waste corner in our store where we sell products without any packaging at all, so the customer can be environmentally friendly as possible.
I know you had a very interesting story about the first product after you studied this technology. Tell our audience about that.
So
I know you started from your kitchen.
So ever since I got my diploma in organic skincare from Malaysia, I started testing out products with Mongolian raw materials such as sea buckthorn and Mongolian rock salt, etc., to make products for myself. And then I was making it in my kitchen. So at one point nobody was eating, it was full of soaps and bath bombs, etc., and people thought it's food. They were almost gonna eat it, but it's fine because organic skincare is good enough to eat. So I started in my kitchen, and then I was just giving it.
So what you did with this sea buckthorn and rock salt was like cream or lotion? What was it? What kind of substance was it?
So the very first product I ever made was a bath bomb. It's a mixture between salt and oil and citric acid, etc. And you place it into a bath and it starts to bubble up. And it's very good to relax your muscles. It's very good to, for example, when you're stressed or when you're very tired, to relax because of the essential oils. And after taking a bath, you don't have to put on any oil because it has the oil as well.
Well, we have prepared a small package about today's Lhamour brand's production site. Let's take a look at that.
Main vision of Lhamour is love yourself, love others, and love the environment. And we want to show a healthy lifestyle brand, showcasing that there's a new era of manufacturers and a new era of companies that both can be social, from
everything starting from the supply of the raw materials to employing, for example, women. We have mostly women in our company, as well as giving back to the society from day one. We now currently have 30 people in our team, all based in Mongolia, and we have 3 main flagship stores in the city, as well as more than 10 other retail stores. We currently export to 5 countries and are happy that the vision of Lhamour has expanded globally and that our distributors, which used to be customers, that had a positive effect through our products on their lives. Everything is made by hand, and we do the whole process starting from raw material processing to final product to packaging, ready to go to the end customer. Even though we have more than 60 products, here you can see our 2 ladies are doing 3 products at the same time. We try to give back to our employees as much as possible. We like to see ourselves as a small family, and we want, by growing Lhamour to become a global brand, we want to also empower the people in our team that they can be part of something global as well.
Through our talk show, we will bring you entertaining personal talks with certain individuals. These individuals will be divided in 2 categories. Number 1 is I Am Mongolian. In this category, guests will be proud Mongolians who have stories to tell to the world. Number 2 is I Love Mongolia. Through these talks, we will introduce expats and non-Mongolians who are related to Mongolia one way or another. Heartfelt stories of their love affair with Mongolia, the land of blue sky.
Wow, not bad for a brand which started from your kitchen. Very nice. So I have one question. Well, what about your first business product? First product of the Lhamour brand. What was it about? Like, what was it?
So when I launched with 3 products. It was the bath bomb, the lip balm, and soap.
So 3 products at the same time?
At the same time, yes.
Wow.
Because I had done them before already, and I had tested them before, and people really liked it. I used to sell through Instagram first, on my personal Instagram.
Through Instagram?
Yes, and I used to deliver to people myself. Even at 11 p.m. I used to deliver products.
Wow, that's a real hustle. That's a real entrepreneurship right there. So how about your product? Like, was it, when you think about branding, the Lhamour branding, products has this logo, you know. It's a startup business, obviously. It was a startup business.
Yeah, I brought actually a few of the products.
Right.
And for example...
Do you have your first product there?
Yes, so I always believe that business is about development, but also, I mean, as a person, to never forget your past. So this is what we try to do. We don't want to forget our past. So for example, this is the very first lip balm packaging.
Packaging.
Yeah, we still keep it. I'm one day gonna put it in a museum.
Museum, right.
In the Lhamour Museum.
Yeah. Exactly. So this is where it is now?
Yes.
Wow. Let me show you. So on my left hand, this is the first packaging, and as you can see, this has become this. Wow. It's become fancy in a way.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Well, for example.
So tell me about it.
Yeah. So for example, because we made Mongolia's first ever lip balm, at that time Lhamour was almost non-existent to the human kind of brain, right? So we had to focus on the lip balm first, because people didn't understand it's actually a lip balm made in Mongolia. And I had to focus the first 2 years on always trying to show them it's made in Mongolia. We are making it. We are the ones that are putting our brain into it and making our own kind of patented products. So that's why the focus was on lip balm. And now, for example, we have kind of advanced, which is a big advancement for us, into a brand. So obviously everybody could make a lip balm, but it's all about branding. So now we don't focus on the lip balm anymore because people know it's made in Mongolia. People understand what is a lip balm. So we try now to focus more on our brand Lhamour.
Okay, yeah, I have to stop you there. I want to ask, what is special about lip balm made in Mongolia, rather than like big French brands, like French brands? Let's say there's a small brand. Well, okay, let's say the international already recognized brands. What is special about this lip balm specifically as a product, not a brand?
Yes. So all our products are designed for extreme climate and very dry climate, harsh conditions. So for example, our lip balms can be used by men, women, children, etc. because obviously all the ingredients are good enough to eat ingredients. So even children can put it without having any harm. But then on the other hand, it's for very extreme dry climate conditions. So
Like Mongolia?
Like Mongolia. So this is our first idea. Whenever I, for example, formulate a product, I keep in mind the dry condition so that people can use it and protect themselves against dry conditions.
Well, I remember someone who's from Switzerland came into Mongolia. He was a mountaineer, and he bought this your lip balm when he was climbing to the like Mongolian mountains, Altai mountains, and he used it, and he really liked it. He was
really?
telling me about this product
Oh
actually.
wow! Okay,
So that's a
to hear.
success. Yeah.
Yes, of
Right?
course.
You are very active on the social responsibility part. Why are you socially responsible? Is it something you learned from the Western culture, or is it something deep down in your heart that you owe it to the society, or what is it about? Is it the marketing?
Well, I think it's kind of something deep down because when I was like 10 years old, I remember I wrote an essay about, what do you wish for in life or something like that. And then my essay was at that time to end poverty and stuff like that, So it has always been one of my passions. And I think because I'm in Mongolia, I see it every day. And because I'm doing a business and it's my startup, I'm not dependent on anybody else. Through my startup, I can basically do all the projects that I always wanted to do. So I do have an NGO on the side, but I think because our brand name is being recognized as a business, we have the power to be a voice for the younger people, for example. So that's why, social responsibility in every country has been used quite wrongly it's not wrong, but a lot of what companies do is the bigger ones or the older ones, after they've gained profit, for example, they give a few percent of that profit and they give it to something. But what our point is, because I was able to have a startup when I was pretty young, with everything that we do, from the raw materials to the employment of the women, so we have a lot of, for example, single mothers that we employ, to the zero waste production, everything we try to show the world we're not just a developing country where we exploit, but we can also be a role model for other young people, because I do believe that now it's a totally different age with the millennials, etc. And they're the people that care about the world. So we want to show that even businesses can do everything at the same time. Make something valuable and also create something valuable and give back to the society and kind of let the community grow with your business. So it has been one of the most fundamental things for our business, and because it's my own business, I can do
fundamental philosophy of your personal philosophy, isn't
exactly.
it? So from our study about you and Lhamour, are you a feminist? Because all your employees,
I'm a humanist.
You're not a feminist because all of your employees are women, and some scholarship program that you mentor and had organized was for young girls. That's why I thought, okay, is she feminist?
Well, our philosophy stands in empowering, and what we try to do is we don't try to give people something and tell them something what to do. We want to empower them so they can empower their own lives. So
Not only women.
No, we had last year we started a mentorship program for all teenagers regarding finding their passion, because in Mongolia we have so many kids that, because of course the financial situation, they don't necessarily do what's their passion. They work regarding having a salary. So what we try to really show them is, first of all, finding your passion and then using it in a way that can be beneficial for you and you can use it to actually have a salary. And we were teaching them how to be internationally competitive, because I think that Mongolian young kids are so smart and creative and intelligent, but it's just a lot of people never had the chance to be internationally competitive. That's why, for example, the women that we employ, they never really had a chance to be part of something great. So we want to empower them so that they can empower their lives. So we have a lot of women that, for example, used to do a lot of informal work. So for the first time, they have formal work, they are valued, and they can go back and have a salary and be, proud.
So you're not feminist. You're a humanist.
Well, if there's a word like that, yes.
My last question. Our last question. Well, the pride comes in many forms, right? Are you proud Mongolian?
Yes, I'm a very proud Mongolian.
So where does your Mongolian pride lie?
It lies in my whole kind of being, I think, because...
Oh, that's very generic. Come on. Give me some details.
But it's true, because I think as a young person and as a business person and as a producer, I think the best I can do for my country, which I love the most, is to create something valuable internationally, so that the thing I'm proud of, the people in the world can see. So every time I go somewhere, I'm usually the first Mongolian that people meet, but now it's more the brand. And if, for example, our product has helped somebody's skin problems, maybe they will not remember me and maybe they will not remember the name, but they will remember it's a Mongolian product. So I think everything that I am proud of my country, we want to give back to the country by creating value in the world.
Thank you very much. It's been pleasure meeting you, pleasure talking to you, and we wish you good health, good luck.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Well, that's all for today's episode. We'll see you by next episode. Bye-bye.